I want to endorse ALUTALALA MUKHWANA to be one of the 6 commissioners in the IEBC. ALUTALALA MUKHWANA. He's a lawyer of a high repute, but on top of that, and more important than even being a lawyer, he's a very good communicator. He's a very good communicator, very fluent in both English and Kiswahili. If he talks in Kiswahili, unless somebody told you, and you know he has a very obvious name, Mukhwana. Mukhwana. Otherwise, unless anybody told you, you'd never know that he's somebody from Ingoland. His Swahili is so fluent that you'd think he's a coastal fellow. ALUTALALA MUKHWANA. So I would endorse him because being an IEBC commissioner, as I said when I was endorsing the other candidate from Northeastern, I said that the selection panel should cover as many areas as possible, and since they only have 6 positions, they should cover them. First of all, the geographical extension. If that fellow is from Northeastern, ALUTALALA from Western, somebody else from Central, somebody else from Nyanza, and so on, Rift Valley, they should select people on the geography so that you don't have a certain corner of the country having more than average contribution. There are going to be 7, so I would prefer that it represents as much as possible the 7 regions that are used to be called provinces. I would also want them to present, now there are 7, I would want 2 or even 3 be from one gender. If it is 2, the other gender has 5. If it is 3, the other gender has 4. That one would also contribute to the gender rules. I also wanted to say that we have only 7 for positions, but we have so many interests that are required. Apart from regional, as I've said, we also have to have various interests. For example, legal lawyers. You find that he's the first lawyer I'm endorsing, but you'll also find that in the original ECK, Electoral Commission of Kenya, lawyers were more because we had Chesoni, a judge, as the chairman. His first deputy was Mwadhani Mbaka. Mwadhani Mbaka was a former magistrate, a retired magistrate. And we had people like Kivyutu. We had people like Mukere, Gabriel Mukere. So I would say that over 2/3 of the initial commissioners were lawyers. We would also want to have as many lawyers as possible in this commission, but we have other issues which we have to take interest in. The Northeastern fellow whom I endorsed is a trained educator. You see, IEBC requires civil education. especially as far as voting is concerned. They need civil educators. So we should have somebody who is a civil education. I've talked of legal mind, of course, Alutalala and others. We will also need computer experts, ICT experts, so that a commissioner who has that knowledge in ICT can assist the commission when they make decisions on people. We have this problem that we had of opening servers. It reached an extent that somebody interpreted the contract between IEBC and the server operators that the server operators had to be consulted and whatever. They even claimed the intellectual rights. So if we have a lawyer and we have an ICT expert, the ICT expert could look at things from the angle of an ICT, and at the same time, the the lawyer can look at it. Any agreement that they enter should have a legal basis. We have educators, I've said, people who can teach and whatever, so that in the 7 positions, we have as much various professions as possible. But you'll discover, and also one thing I was forgetting, uh, also getting commissioners who have risen through the ranks, We have seen the fellow from Wajir was a returning officer, then a district coordinator, such a thing. We have even have some people who are still working with the IEBC, who have applied to do that. So we should also have a variety of people who have worked with IEBC either as a returning officers or even in the secretariat, so that when the commissioners are sitting down and deciding whatever they will decide, they also bear in mind that the feelings of the secretariat. That one was very encouraging. And you'll find that if you put all those things in line from A, B, C, D onwards, you'll find that the fields that we need may be, we are looking for 7 commissioners, including the chair. But then you'll find that if we start counting, we need constitutional lawyers there, we need educators there, we need people who have worked who have risen through the ranks in the IEBC. We need ICT experts. We need good communicators. If you mention them all, you'll find that as much as we would require 7 commissioners, but we may have 12 or so, or even more, fields to be covered. That is why we now have to have something like the selecting panel, and the president who gazettes the people to be taken should consider people with more than one talent or with more than one training. A person like Alutalala Mukhwana as a lawyer and also as a communication expert. He's one of the people whom, when he's confronting, let's say, journalists or the media houses or even Kenyans at large, he would, to my opinion, of which I would take it to the bank, is that he is the type of a person who people, when they listen to him, they gain confidence to him. Remember, you could be well-meaning and you could tell all the truth, but trust, if people don't trust you, I tell you, you'll not get far. Last but not least, there is the name Mukhwana. He's called Alutalala Mukhwana. As much as I know almost everything about Bukusu, I don't know the meaning of the word Alutalala. I do not know the meaning of the word Alutalala, but I know the meaning of the word Mukhwana. Mukhwana in Bukusu, there are 3 names that are related to each other. They go sambamba, together with each other. There is the name Mukhwana. There is the name Mulongo. And then there is the name Khisa. Now, Mukhwana, Mulongo, and Khisa are not assigned to any gender. They are not assigned to any gender. These are names. You can get a man called Mukhwana. You can get a woman called Mukhwana. You can get a man called Mulongo. And you can get a woman called Mulongo. You can get a man called Khisa. And you can get a woman called Khisa. Now, in very many cases, you find that a lady delivers twins. A lady delivers twins. The first twin, the one who is it a few minutes or even a few hours older than the other one, irrespective of whether it is a she or a he, the first one to be born of the two is called Mukhwana. Mukhwana comes from the Luya word joining together. You're joining together. Just like the corrupted word of Swahili harambe, kuungana, muungano, something like that, united. Mukhwana, Mukhwana is being joined together. So the first child of twins, is irrespective of the gender, is called Mukhwana. The second child of a twin is called Mulongo. Mulongo, Oholonga. Oholonga. Mulongo is the one who follows the twin immediately. Is it in minutes or even in hours? Is Mulongo. Oholonga is a coalition. Yeah, I think the best word is coalition. If we can say, if I were to talk in Luhya, I would say the coalition, the Kenya Kwanza coalition, isn't it? I think Luhyas, especially Bukusu, will agree with me if I say Omulonga kwa Kenya Kwanza or Mulonga kwa Azimio. So Mulongo means coalition. I said Mukhwana is joining. So coalition and joining is just the same name, but it is different, isn't it? It's like you having twins, and the first one you call him joining, and the other one you call him coalition. Then after the lady has delivered twins, she will deliver other kids. So the other kid who follows the other kids who follow the twins, the first one immediately after twins is called Khisa. It's called Khisa. Khisa, whether it is male or female, he or she follows the twins. Now, Khisa is also a bit different here, I'll tell you. First of all, we have women who deliver triplets. Yes, there are ladies who deliver triplets. Before we started having this whatever technology, it was very rare to find a Bukusu lady delivering 4 kids at a go. But there are those who, exceptional cases, where she delivered 2. If she delivered 2, one was called Mukhwana and the other one was called Mulongo. And then the child born after that, maybe 2 years later or something like that, that first child would be called Khisa. I'll come to Khisa again, but I'm saying, supposing the lady delivers triplets. If she delivered triplets, I said no cases were known of ladies delivering 4 kids, but 3 were very rare. If twins were rare, then you expect triplets to be very rare. Now, if a Bukusu lady delivered 3 kids at a go, the first one to be born was called Mukhwana. Of the triplets, the second to be born was called Mulongo. And the third to be born was called Hisa. Let's take it this way. Mukhwana is born. After 10 minutes or so, Mulongo is born. After 10 minutes, Hisa is born, the 3 kids. Now, lastly, to explain the 3 names, there are those ladies who are known or who have been recorded to give birth to twins, several of them. Now, if the lady has given twins, she may have, those days ladies used to give birth to very many kids. It's not like today you find a woman with 1 kid. Those days you'd find a man with 4 wives, and each wife with 10 kids. So you would be the father of 40 kids those days. So you find that there are some couples, because giving birth to twins, we believe it follows one of the parents or even both the parents. If the lady gives birth to twins, she may have given birth to even 4 or 5 kids, but then reaches a time when she delivers twins for the first time. Twins for the first time. The it will be Mukhwana and Mulongo. That is the twins for the first time. Then, immediate after she gives birth to 1 child, that is his. But supposing she gives birth to twins, and then immediately after the twins, she gives birth to another set of twins. The second set of twins, the elder kid will be called Hisa, and the younger twin in the second set will be given any other name. Maybe will be given the name of the season or whatever. That is that. And if, let's say, a lady has already named the 3 kids and she gives birth to other twins, they'll not be called Hisa. At Hisa too, they'll not be called Mukhwana too, Mulongo too, Hisa. No. The first ones who are named, whether they died or they did not die, they go with the name. So, the fact that ALUTALALA MUKHWANA has got my endorsement, I felt it was also good to tell the greatest history teacher who never studied history. I never studied history even in Form 1. The greatest history teacher is now explaining how the name Mukhwana came, Mulongo came, and Hisa came, as I endorse ALUTALALA MUKHWANA. For my fellow Bukusus who may know the meaning of ALUTALALA, kindly tell us in the comment section. I may know too much, but I don't know everything. Even teachers are taught. And yes, a good teacher can even be taught by his or her own people. Thank you and God bless you.